All right then, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Space. So in today's video we are going to cover Solana, and I'm going to cover a couple of interesting charts as well to put ourselves into perspective. But before we are going to start, I would like to remind everybody that this isn't a financial advice. In fact, any of my videos aren't a financial advice. I am just showing you what I can see on the charts, as well as the information that is publicly available on internet for everybody. Okay, and before we are going to continue, I would like to remind you guys that if you are going to decide to subscribe to the channel, that is going to help the channel grow tremendously, and I would highly appreciate it. And of course, you are never going to miss any Solana update. But okay, let's start. So as we can see over here, Solana is reclaiming that a price level above $80, and as we can see over here, that low of $78 was a perfect buying opportunity, right? And I do hope that you guys had a buying order over there listed on any exchange that you are currently using, and you are pretty much enjoying those little profits over here. I know that in a short time that basically is not a lot, but it's definitely better to be up 13% instead of being down 13%, right, on any crypto, in fact, right? But okay, let's have a look over here. As we can see on the 4-hourly time frame, Solana is forming an ascending triangle, and it looks very bullish, right? Especially if we are going to look at RSI, right? As you can see over here, let me zoom out a little bit, right? Solana did that before, right? Every single time we reach these highs in terms of RSI, and then Solana goes back, obviously, and now it looks like we are good to go in terms of the next price action, right? And it looks bullish, right? And why? I am going to show you right now. Okay, so that is going to be the first thing. Okay, so Altseason might come to us after this week. Weekly BTC dominance has perfectly retested the resistance trend line, and a flip could drive BTC dominance to a downtrend while Altseason starts up. So that looks very juicy, as well as this over here. Altseason has already confirmed whenever Gaussian channel turned bullish. However, macro correction is needed for a healthy bull run, right? So of course, we could see some correction, right? Further correction, right? It's not necessarily said that only because, you know, we are experiencing some short-term bullish momentum for Solana and in general on the market, at least on the daily, doesn't necessarily mean that we are going to, you know, just trend upwards, right? And why do I think that, right? Let's have a look at this chart over here from CryptoCon. So definitely follow that Twitter account, guys. Shout out to CryptoCon. All right, so the magic bands continue to hold the spot of the most accurate Bitcoin price bands that exist. The mid-top, as expected when these were created, was made almost perfectly at blue level 2 at $49,200. Now we look for what's next, and I believe that is yellow level 2 at $32,600, right? So as we can see over here, guys, we could definitely drop to that level 2 yellow line over here, and as we can see over here in the previous times, right, we had the same thing as well, right? And as well over here in these previous bull cycles, right? So that is definitely not out of the question, right? So let's have a look now at Solana and what Solana is doing over here in the background. Okay, so as we can see over here, the volume is growing consistently, right? Of course, at the moment it's nothing in comparison to what we saw previously in December. However, obviously everything is due to the fact that Bitcoin is dumping, right? However, if we are going to look at the TVL in comparison to now, right, where we are at and where we were in the previous bull cycle in terms of TVL, that is going to be big for Solana, right? Because the TVL is constantly growing, right? Which is currently sitting at 2.1 billion USD. But on the top of that, guys, as we can see over here, the monthly active developers are constantly growing. And yes, of course, we do see a, you know, little dip, right? But those dips, obviously, even in terms of monthly active developers are normal, okay? Nothing ever goes in a straight line, okay? So let's have a look quickly at Bitcoin, of course. And you are probably thinking, why am I showing you Bitcoin, right? I'm showing you that, guys, because, you know, Solana is, you know, in my opinion, in my eyes at least, price of Solana is correlated to what BTC is doing in the last few months. So as we can see over here, BTC, as we speak, I was drawing right before the video, I was drawing that thing over here. And as we can see, BTC is forming a bullish ascending triangle as well, and we could see some upward momentum on a daily, right? Well, on a 4-hourly and obviously on a daily as well, and we could retest levels of 41k and perhaps upside as well, right? But please remember about this, right? Only because we are going to go higher, right, on a short term doesn't necessarily mean that we are not going to see the last dip, right? And as we can see over here, Altseason has already confirmed whenever GC turned bullish, right? So of course we can see some dips in terms of Solana's price action, right? But another bullish thing for Solana is that just in Bybit official to list Jupiter on 31st of January, right? Of course that is Jupiter, but obviously Jupiter is built on Solana, right? So, you know, we see much more bullish momentum for overall Solana ecosystem, right? And that is going to impact Solana's price significantly in the future, right? And if we are going to think about Solana a bit longer term, right? Let me zoom this out to let's say weekly, right? As we can see, guys, over here, right, what I believe, to being honest with you, is that, you know, Solana is going to see that, you know, bigger upside during this bull cycle, right, because of that dump over here that we saw, right? So that is kind of like a black swan, right? There was FTX, you know, correlated stuff with Sam Bankman-Fried and all of that. So that's kind of like similar to COVID black swan on BTC and the overall crypto market, right? So if you guys jumped over here on Solana, right, I'm pretty sure that you are very, very happy, because I did, okay? So and now, guys, where do I see Solana going in the next few days, right? We will definitely have to wait to see what is going to happen on a daily over here, and if we are going to close above that level of resistance sitting at roughly $92, and then we are going to probably retest that as a support. And then if there's going to be strong enough momentum, Solana is definitely going to see new highs, right? Potentially even retesting these levels of $120. But of course, that is just in the coming days, right? Everything depends on what BTC is going to do. But let's have a look over here at Solana's dominance, guys. As we can see over here, Solana dipped significantly in terms of dominance. However, it quickly reclaimed its market dominance that is currently sitting at 2.5%. So that is very bullish for Solana. However, please remember, nothing goes in a straight line, okay? Even Solana, all right? So thank you very much for watching that quick Solana update. Hope you enjoyed it, and I am going to see you in the next one. Peace and love, crypto.